What gets lost along the way? What pieces of ourselves fall apart without our notice? What things can we never find again? Does a heart have a limit? And what happens when that limit is reached?
Sarah. Sarah! The ideas for my research. What do you think?
I think it's crap.
Sarah! Can't you at least pretend that you have an interest in the work I'm doing?
Yeah, see, my interest in philosophy and the philosophies investigating emotions and shit, somewhere in the range of negative numbers.
It's so fascinating.
To you.
It's the taboo of our generation. People just push their feelings aside.
And what does taboo mean again? Oh, that's right, it means that we don't talk about it. Oh, silly Catherine, you must have forgotten.
But how do we make progress if we didn't push the boundaries, if we didn't investigate the reasons behind social norms? Don't you want to know why we do the things we do? Why we ignore the things we do? They're the most important questions to find answers for.
That's a fucking liberal arts education for you.
A couple of years ago, before I was born, a scientist had an idea that would help ease the painful experiences of life that everyone naturally goes through. From his desk came the Emotion Mate, a small ceramic heart with layers of intricate wiring that would revolutionize the human experience.
The Emotion Mate, or EM, is prescribed, like medication, most frequently during adolescence due to hormonal fluctuations known as teen angst. Once prescribed, a sample of DNA is infused into the device, providing a perfect link between the device and your body. The EM then starts reading emotional spikes, sorting out the good from the bad, a sort of emotional dream catcher, if you will. Minor emotions, such as disappointment or frustration, aren't strong enough to be processed by the EM. But painful and potentially damaging emotions, such as rage, grief, heartbreak, are snatched into the machinery, never to be felt again.
The only side effect is a slight aching feeling throughout the body when you experience something particularly painful. The EM takes most of the weight, but the body still holds onto the memory, causing an annoying pain for a while. The only way to fully experience that pain again is to directly confront the source of it. But who would wish themselves the agony? In fact, there are no recorded cases of anyone taking themselves off the Emotion Mate. However, our Nobel Prize-winning scientist didn't know one thing before patenting it. The EM can crack under extreme pressure, causing little bits of it to fall off. It still works fine. The combination of advanced wiring and consistently morphing DNA patches up the circuits after a break. No matter how much it falls apart, the EM always seems to repair itself. The only way to actually break it is to rip out the central microchip. Once connection with the body is lost, so is the healing power of the EM. It's actually become a competition of sorts to compare the damage of your EM to that of your friends or coworkers. The Emotion Mate is the tangible evidence of the sorrows we all carry, except that the real pain has been forgotten. No one remembers the fact that our handy little device mirrors the condition of our own emotional state. Our handheld heart breaks under the weight of our grief, but we don't feel a thing.
Honestly, dear, it's been 2 years since you smiled. I think you forgot how to feel more than rotten and blue. Thought I could drink up all the pain, but you look at me with disdain. Need to refill all this emptiness, and differences are
Jello.
Sarah, you're gonna think I'm crazy,
I already do.
but I'm gonna go back for the pieces.
Pieces of what?
The pieces of my emotion mate.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? How does that even
I
happen?
just had this feeling that if I retrace my steps, if I find a way to make things right, it might somehow fix things with me and the EM.
But why?
Because it scares me to think I've lost that much of myself.
Look, you have absolutely no reason to believe that this emotional scavenger hunt will solve anything.
But it makes sense though. We use the EM to collect all the things we don't want to feel, right? That means we never have to resolve our problems. That's what makes it break, the lack of closure that we all have. So, if you find a way to resolve the issues that damaged the EM in the first place, maybe all the circuits would heal.
So why wouldn't the dudes who invented it think of that?
Why cause a controversy when you can make a profit? You there?
Yeah, I was just thinking. Look, we have these little guys for a reason, Ren. I mean, I don't even know how you're gonna feel after this is all done.
That's the point though, I want to feel. If the EM looks like a mess, then I should feel like a mess too. No point in denying what I am.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yep.
And you've thought about the fact that maybe facing all your old heartbreak might make you feel it all over again?
I've read the EM instructions a zillion times, Sarah.
All right, I'll talk to you later then.
Over and out.
Ren?
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Just wanted to see how you are.
You want to come in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, come on in.
So, do you have this place to yourself?
No, I actually share it with 3 other guys.
It's cool. It's like a bachelor pad, a man cave.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Not many raging parties happening here, though, since we're all in committed relationships with our laptops. So, why don't you come on back this way?
Yeah. So, I don't remember you having a soft spot for stuffed animals.
Well, high quality stuffed toys are being phased out of kids' stores, so I figure they'll be worth something in 10 years or so.
So they're just gonna hang out here with you in your room for 10 more years?
Maybe more.
Don't you feel like you're being watched all the time?
No, it's nice having friends looking out for me.
So how are you?
I'm good. Been doing some freelance programming gigs here and there and working as a bartender on the weekends for some extra cash. I thought about going to grad school, but I don't know. Kind of like how things are going the way they are. How about you?
I'm fine. I'm dual majoring in philosophy and marketing. I'm a junior now, but I bet you figured that out.
Yeah. How's Sarah?
Oh, she's Sarah, as opinionated as ever.
And your family?
Well, my mom left for rehab a few months after we,
After we broke up? Yeah, I figured she was headed in that direction.
Yeah, after that. She moved to a town a couple hours away. I bet you remember how we weren't getting along so well in high school, and with her drinking, I don't see her very often. And my dad got remarried 2 years ago to Mrs. Karen DuPont. She's nice, she's just,
And stepmother.
Yeah, exactly. And your family's good?
Yeah, just chugging right along. So, are you seeing anyone?
No, I'm just focusing on me right now. I dated one other guy for a while, but a few months ago it didn't work out, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks. It's in the past.
So I've worked out 3 possible reasons as to why you're here.
Oh, yeah?
1, you're in trouble with a gang and was hoping I have some spare cash lying around to get you back on their good side. 2, you've suffered some kind of traumatic brain injury and think I'm your soulmate again, and have come to whisk me away to a shotgun wedding. Or 3, you have some kind of plan or a plot or a scheme, like you always do, and you need my help.
The first one. I need 5,000.
5,000.
No, option number 3 is closest to why I'm here.
Yeah, I figured.
I just wanted to, fix things.
Well, what's there to fix?
Well, we didn't exactly end on the best note.
Ren, you were a sophomore and I was a senior leaving at the end of summer. I didn't want to drag you into a cross-country relationship. You know that's why I ended it.
I know. It's just that... Have you forgotten the video?
That doesn't matter.
It kinda does to me. I revealed my inner psychopath to the entirety of Facebook.
Yeah, I did cringe a little bit when I realized you hadn't set that video on private.
Oh, God.
It's okay, Ren. I hurt you and you had the right to call me all the obscenities you wanted.
But that's the last thing I ever said to you.
Until now.
I know, but
Ren, stop worrying. You're very good at being concerned about nothing. I know I was basically the first person to hurt you the way I did, and the way you felt was totally fine.
So you forgive me then?
There's nothing that needs forgiving. Shit happens and it hurts for a little bit until the EM takes it away. It's kind of how we live now, artificially healing. But it seems like you've gone in the right direction.
Slow down.
Okay, you cannot send me this text and expect me to remain calm. I do not do calm, and you know that.
I saw Chris.
Holy shit. Are you okay? Is he okay? What'd you guys talk about? Was it awkward? Was it cool? I don't know. Is he cute? What's going on anymore, girl?
It was fine. It was good. It was just nice to see each other again.
Was there any, crazy emotional onslaught like you thought it was gonna be? Or heart to heart?
God, I don't know. It was just settled between us. I'm happy with how it turned out. There's closure.
So, who are you gonna see next?
Catherine, how are things at home? I hope your father isn't driving you too crazy. I know he could make Mother Teresa lose her temper. I want you to come visit me so I can explain some things that maybe you still don't understand about my situation. I'm tired of us fighting. I can barely remember what your voice sounds like, sweetie. I swear, I'm not a grump anymore. We'd have fun if you came. I'll only be a grump if you have those horrible blonde highlights in your hair again. They look like someone spilled a highlighter on your head. Ha, kidding. Come by when you have a chance. Mom.
Mom? Bran? I didn't know you were coming to see me today.
It's because they didn't tell you.
Let's go inside, sweetie. I can see there's something you want to talk about. So what's up?
Just the usual. Mom, why are you gardening?
It's my new hobby. It's fun to grow food and cook it yourself, and it tastes better too.
But you hate gardening. You always said it was for bored housewives.
Well, I changed my mind. Are you still with that guy from school? From the pictures I've seen, you look pretty happy.
It's complicated. So is this some weird project that the rehab center has you on?
No. I told you, I'm done with the rehab center. I graduated from that program. It's just something I'm doing in my free time to keep busy. It's what a lot of people my age do, so we don't get bored.
You keep yourself from getting restraining orders.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Because it matters. Because you fucked up our family and then suddenly you plant carrots in your backyard and tell me you're happy to have picked up a hobby that you've always despised. Acting like eating organic veggies makes up for what happened.
It's in the past. Let it go.
It's in the past for you. I live with the wreckage of your bullshit every day of my life. We still have cardboard on the window that you accidentally threw a rock at. Or have you forgotten that was the third time you tried to hurt Dad?
I was really drunk.
Oh, I know. And that's why Dad keeps a padlock on the liquor cabinet that not even Karen, his Botox-lipped concubine, knows the combination to. Nothing is in the past when I can see it every day when I come home from school.
I don't know what to say.
I know. That's why you only ever write cards.
I can't come see you because you won't stand 100 feet outside of city limits with me.
And I don't do that because I'm ashamed of you, but mostly of the life that we had that's now gone. Grandma and Grandpa, your mom and Dad, they're still married. They're still in love. You have no idea what it's like to be ripped in two, one half for each parent. Although I'm not sure that the word parent really applies to you anymore.
If you came here to lecture me about things I already know, maybe you should go.
That's just it, though. You don't know you've made them because you clearly don't understand how to fix them. Getting sober is great, Mom. But AA meetings can't erase all those embarrassing moments where I had to describe our situation to friends, to teachers, to all the people I wanted to be close with but never was. They don't fix years of confusion and frustration. I still don't know how I didn't notice sooner that you were losing it.
I wasn't losing it. I had a real problem, a real addiction that perhaps I should have gotten help with sooner.
Are you sure it was just the alcohol, Mom? Are you sure that was the only reason you up and left?
You don't know half of what happened.
But I do, though. I know everything, Mom. You can't just blindfold me and hide all the shit that's coming undone around us. I'm 20 years old, and I'm pissed because my mother can't seem to understand that I'm hurt. And I just want a genuine apology.
I don't know what you came here for, Catherine. It is time for you to go.
With pleasure. You explained everything perfectly, Mom. No need for any more clarification. Now I know exactly how selfish you are.
Well, hey there, Ren. Don't mind if you just come on in unannounced.
As you can see, I got dressed up just for you.
This may come as a surprise to you, but blankets don't work the same as megaphones.
Oh. I don't know why I thought I could do this.
Do what?
saw my mom today.
Jesus.
I know, just... Why do I even try? I convinced myself I could patch up years of...
Bullshit.
Exactly. I mean, I don't even know who she is anymore. Maybe I never did, but it's like I don't even have a mom anymore. Like that, the person I grew up with is just a stand-in.
Well, at least she's recovered.
That's it though. She moved out, went to rehab, and has fixed all the things that I thought made her my mom. She's not rough anymore. She's HGTV polished. I mean, her drinking freaking tore us apart, but I don't want her to get help for who she is.
Remember that one time back in middle school when I freaked out for weeks about my first kiss with Josh Cameron? Well, your mom had heard me hyperventilating about it on the car ride home that day.
Anyways, well, she came in that afternoon when we were practicing those horrendously embarrassing lip exercises that we saw in that magazine. And she came in with a snack tray, and she's like, "Hungry girl!" And she put the tray down, and smack dab in the middle of the tray was a banana with a condom rolled down on it. And we were mortified because we couldn't say the word sex louder than a whisper. And she was like, "It's always good to be prepared, girls."
I'd forgotten about that.
I know that crazy, hilarious person is still there. Nothing could change that permanently.
You know, sometimes you actually do know how to say the right thing, Sarah.
Yeah, I get that from a scumbag older brother. He taught me how to talk my way out of more than one sticky situations with the cops. Mm-hmm. Look, you can't control everyone, and you can't fix everyone either, Ren. Maybe she'll just come around on her own.
It's been 3 weeks since I've done any work with the emotion mate.
Oh God, it's another monologue.
It's just that
You don't let things go when you should.
it's a defect in my DNA, I guess.
So what mentally impaired plan are you thinking about going after now?
I was thinking about Maddie.
Screw that bitch!
Exactly why I need to try to fix it.
You already know how I feel about this project of yours. The only thing it does is get you hurt. Besides, you don't need to go after Maddie. She's lost cause.
Since when has reasoning ever worked with me?
True. Well, if you have another emotional breakdown, don't come crying to me. I'm only allotted so many tender moments in a year.
Oh, I know.
In such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Is Maddie home?
Yeah, she's in her room. Come on in. Come on up here.
I don't remember all this artwork.
Oh, yes. Well, we've been collecting it for about 2 years now. See, Jerry and I went to this music festival in the desert, and we had, well, a revelation. It was so refreshing to feel like you understand yourself just a little bit better, you know?
And that revelation was beavers?
Well, yes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Jerry and I may have done a few drugs when we were out there, but, it was just, we felt, such a connection to this extraordinary creature. It was just, I don't know, it just spoke to us, such natural beauty,
Well, that's really cool.
Well, thanks. Now, I'm not going to bore you with any more details about me and Jerry and our spiritual findings. Come on up. Maddie, you have a visitor.
Doodles, Catherine.
Hey. What's up, Ren?
I just wanted to stop by and say hi.
That's all?
Well, and try to fix things.
Why?
Well, because when
We don't see each other anymore. We don't go to the same school or even live on the same side of town. We might go see each other at the mall every now and then, so why are you trying to patch things up if our lives don't even cross?
Do you remember in elementary school when you, me, and Sarah thought that we were part wolf? And we called each other names like White Fang and Black Paw?
Yeah.
And even though we grew out of thinking that we were feral children, we still went through middle school and half of high school as our own little wolf pack. What happened, Maddie? What changed that made you so disdain the people you used to be friends with?
People change. Friendships begin and end, and a lot of times there's just no way to explain it.
But we didn't just drift apart. You abandoned us for an upgrade. Popularity 2.0.
You guys had changed.
No, you were the one that changed. Sarah and I are the same as ever. It was you who started giggling with the cheerleaders at football games, who, might I add, we despised all our life because we didn't think cheering for boys and being sex icons was a dignified way to spend our teenage years.
Look, Ren, I didn't invite you here. I don't need you yelling at me about my life choices. So if you're just going to accuse me of disregarding your feminist principles while I was an insecure high schooler, then you can leave.
No, sorry. I had that rant in my head for a while now and I never said it out loud. I just want you to be straight with me.
About what, exactly?
About what the hell happened to our friendship. It's just, I thought that I knew you.
You did.
Well, I certainly don't know you anymore. I don't know this homecoming queen runner-up.
Why do you say that like it's so offensive?
Because it is offensive. I hate to think that the girl I grew up with who ripped the heads off of Barbies with me is the same girl who competes in beauty pageants and forgot her dream of one day being a heart surgeon.
I'm allowed to have different interests than you.
All friends have different interests, but you lost all interest in us.
Look, people change, Ren.
Not that much.
Let me finish. People change. Some more drastically than others. I was just one of those people who needed a big change.
But why that change? Why couldn't you become a theater kid or an athlete?
Not everyone is as confident as you.
What are you talking about?
Not many people, especially in high school, know who they are as strongly as you do.
But I thought...
You thought I was one of those people too? No. I tried to be. You and Sarah were just this mystery to me. I never had the self-assurance you guys did. I might not even have it now. God, I needed some other way to make me feel like I mattered. And where can you find that in high school? Through joining the overzealous student body government? And cheer squad? But I felt like I was part of a team. Do you get that? I felt like I contributed to something. And people would applaud me for it.
Right. But why are you still on the cheer team?
It's fun.
But Maddie, there's so many other things to do in college.
Just get over the fact that you'll never like my decisions.
I want to, but I just can't wrap my head around how someone goes from point A to point Z during a couple of months. Especially when you have such a strong friendship like we did.
But does it really matter, though? Does it matter even though I'm happy where I am today? You never were good at letting things go, Ren. Which is obviously why you're here. But it was more than that. You never gave up on people. You'd always hope they'd end up having good intentions and making the right choices. Well, sometimes your idea of the right choice isn't the same for everyone. Sometimes you hold on to your principles and your pride a little too much.
I didn't mean to.
I know, it's okay. Sometimes you just have to understand that people don't always do what we want them to. Sometimes they need something else or something more than what we can give them.
So, beavers?
Yeah.
But why beavers?
I don't know. I literally can't explain it.
Oh, God. I have something for you. Remember when you made these?
Yeah. Freshman year. Algebra. This was my best one. You always said you'd give it back, but I always forgot to.
Just because we're going different ways now doesn't make the times we were friends less real, right?
The past is the past. Your mom used to say that a lot.
She did, didn't she? Mom?
I never meant for any of this to happen.
I know, but it did. I miss the way things were.
So do I. I miss them more than anyone. But what's past is past. The things behind us can never come back. So we work with the things that are ahead of us and move forward.
Maddie quoted that exact line today. I'd forgotten that was a momism.
Because you only visit me twice a year.
Mom.
You're right. What's past is past. So you went to see Maddie?
Yeah, I dropped by to see how she was.
And?
Well, she's not the Maddie I want, but that's not my choice.
It certainly is not. So what's your plan of action?
Plan of action?
You always have a plan of action. Something you're working towards or scheming about.
Not a Disney villain.
No, but you're my daughter. I can tell from the look on your face, you have a target to hit.
I'm fixing my emotion mate.
What does that mean?
I'm going back to all the people that have broken my heart, and I'm trying to patch things up. I figured that if I resolve things with the people that caused my EM to break in the first place, then maybe it would repair itself. All that anger and sadness it stores can be released.
You don't know what that's going to do. You don't know if that'll work. Why don't you just trust
Trust what? The propaganda?
Trust the facts.
And what are the facts?
The EM significantly reduces dangerous behavior, such as suicides and violent crimes.
Well, why don't you just repeat the whole commercial while you're at it? Sounds like you have the script memorized.
I'm just saying that there's legitimate scientific reason that everyone is issued one.
Scientific doesn't mean ethical.
Are there ethical obligations that make it worth going against the grain?
Since when did you shy away from taking a risk?
Since taking risks hurt more people than it helped.
But Mom, I've already taken this risk and it's worked out. Remember Chris?
Yes.
Well, I thought that he was still really mad at me for making that video when we broke up, and him being my first boyfriend. It was, traumatic when things ended. He was the first person to make the EM crack. But after we talked, I went back home and a piece had somehow reattached itself.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh, well, did anything happen?
You mean like government agents coming and taking me away for questioning? I'm not a threat to national security.
You are tapping into something bigger than you realize. You're trying to discredit $1 billion industry. They're not gonna like it.
I'm not trying to discredit them. I'm just trying to prove that we shouldn't use the EM as a crutch.
I don't know what's gonna happen to you, to your generation. You're guinea pigs for this corporation. You're the first ones to grow up your whole life with an EM. I didn't get an EM till I was in rehab. I know I was one of the few people to resist them, but I always thought the Emotionate was a brilliant invention. Who wants to feel like shit for weeks when something awful happens? Did you know only 0.5% of the world's population is a non-user? 0.5. If you have a chance to not feel what I felt, it's so easy to let that do the feeling for you. It is easy to get caught up in the benefits instead of the side effects. I'm not surprised everybody wants one. It's very easy to hide from our hurts, but I never thought you should just confront them.
For a long time, I didn't either.
I don't know if this is your best idea, but I know it's important.
More than you know.
So you've seen Chris, and Maddie, and me. Who's next?
Bryce. It's finally time for Bryce. Bryce.
Catherine?
Since when do you call me Catherine?
Sorry. Ren, how'd you know I was here?
I'm here every Saturday night. It's not like I forgot all your habits just because we broke up.
Oh, I just didn't think you wanted to remember.
I didn't really have a choice. So, I've been working on an experiment, I guess you would call it that, with the emotion mate. I think I figured out a way to fix it, when some of the pieces fall off. There's a way to repair it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I've forgotten what a great conversationalist you are.
We can talk in my car if you want. Alright.
No, wait. It's weird being back in your car.
So what was the experiment that you were talking about?
I'm repairing my EM. I've been finding all the people who have hurt me and, caused the EM to fall apart. Finding closure with them seems to fix it. All the little pieces that fell out of it somehow are there again. Well, except for the piece that fell off after we broke up.
I had no idea that was possible.
I know. I kept thinking about how much you'd like it, and Sarah thinks it's crazy, so she won't really talk about it with me, and I thought... Bryce?
What are you doing here, Ren?
Do I need to send a letter of intent every time I want to talk with you? I just wanted to catch up, to see where things stand.
You know where things stand.
No, I don't, actually. Time has passed. Things are different. I have no idea where we're at if you don't let me know.
You know I can't give you what you want.
Why not?
Because what you want is just not in me. I can't change the way I think, the way my mind works, the way my brain functions, just to love you the way you need to be loved, as much as that kills me.
Today is August 17th. April 5th. I miss you. April 24th. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about you. May 12th. I don't have feelings for anyone else. June 1st. I haven't been happy for a long time.
I get it.
No, you don't. Whoever sent these texts sounds like they're still in love with me, and they appear to be coming from your number. So, unless you're letting someone else lead me on, I'd like to know what's going on here.
It's not that simple.
One thing that I've been figuring out is that people change. I feel totally different than I did a month ago, because I've been trying to change. Going back to see Chris and Maddie and my mom, it didn't just fix the EM. It fixed me.
I'm not your project to fix.
I didn't say that. Look, I know that being open about your feelings is really hard. I mean, with everything that happened with your dad when you were young, not knowing where you and your mom would sleep every night.
That doesn't have anything to do with us.
Yes, it does. You need closure, Bryce. You need to fill in that hole. Shit happens, and bits of yourself get lost along the way, and you don't even notice it until someone asks you for that missing piece.
Maybe I can't change. Maybe this is just how I am.
How would you know unless you tried to do something about it?
I'm not...
After 8 months of what I thought was the perfect relationship, you broke up with me. You told me that I was wonderful, and that I needed someone who would love me with everything they had. Despite the fact that you told me that you loved me every single day, you were convinced that you weren't the guy who would love me unconditionally, and yet I still don't buy it.
Well, you're going to have to buy it, because I'm not the one you want.
Isn't that for me to decide?
No, it's...
It's what?
It's because I'm scared. Jesus, Ren. I'm scared of hurting you more. I'm scared of not doing things right. I'm scared I don't even know who I am. I can't love someone until I figure out what the hell I'm doing with my own life. I can't have someone else's back when I don't even know how to cover my own.
That's what's been keeping us apart?
Yes. No, it's complicated.
Everything in life is complicated, Bryce.
Not for you.
What?
Love, friendship, knowing what makes you happy. It all comes easy to you.
Being in love shouldn't be a difficult thing.
Apparently it is for me.
So that's it. You don't want to be with me because you have to do a little more soul searching?
No.
That's what you just told me.
It's not as trivial as you make it sound, Ren.
Why didn't you just talk to me about this? Why couldn't I have helped you?
It's not something you could have done for me.
You're not 12 years old, Bryce. Don't you have enough figured out to be honest with one person in this world? How old are you gonna be when you finally let someone in?
I don't know what else to say. I can't explain myself any better.
I believe in you, so you should as well.
Hey, where were you? Who hid the spare key? Because I've been waiting here for 2 hours and it... You okay?
It's just, everything's the same. Nothing's changed.
Well, how are you feeling?
I'm madly in love with someone who doesn't think he can love me back. I feel like I need to throw up, but my body won't let me, and I want to scream, but there's a huge lump in my throat that I can't get out, and I feel like shit just because I went back and messed with the emotion mate.
Oh, Ren, it'll be okay.
No, it really won't. You know what would be good though? If the EM took away all the really dangerous emotions like love and optimism, because those are the ones we have to watch out for. Without them, we won't even need the EM to protect us. Love is literally the worst thing that can happen to you. It sucks up all the good parts of you and spits you out feeling bitter and justifying your pain with excuses like, oh, I guess I learned a lesson from that. It's bullshit. But there's no reason to love in the first place if we need a fucking machine to help clean up the mess it makes.
You don't need that.
Just give me some space.
Hey, I know you, and the last thing you need is space. Come on, let's go inside. So how are you feeling?
Tired, I guess.
Well, what happens now?
I don't know. I've had this EM since I was 13. It'd become a part of me. But it's kind of like getting your tonsils removed, you know?
I don't even know where your tonsils are located, Ren.
It's kind of like getting your tonsils out because there is a part of you that's been removed, but it's an irrelevant part. Something you didn't need or only made you sick. It's almost better now that it's gone, but it's still weird knowing that a piece of you's missing.
Alright, I can only handle so many extended metaphors in one day. Let's get out of here.
You're like some cool science experiment. Like labs are gonna want to do tests on you. Like I don't think anyone's ever broken their EM and never got it replaced. TV shows will market you as the girl who feels.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that special. I do feel different, though.
How?
Heavier.
Let's be body positive.
Not like that, you idiot. Maybe this is what it feels like to get older. Shit happens that weighs you down, hurts you, but maybe it's worth it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Those were today's wise words from our very own Catherine, the human fortune cookie. Who's that?
Oh, Bryce.
He wants to talk. You don't want to?
What do you think we did last Saturday night? Nothing good came of that.
Except your emotional liberation.
Except my emotional liberation. I don't think he knows what to do with a relationship, with his feelings, with me.
I don't know what to do with you either.
Sarah.
Sorry. I don't know. Maybe he just finally gets it.
And what would have changed his mind?
Well, maybe he finally sees how much you still love him. When David died, I had this aching feeling in my chest that I couldn't shake. You know, that side effect from the EM. I mean, I knew I should have been in bed wallowing for weeks like you see people do in old movies. But I just kept going like nothing had changed. My little brother was dead. I didn't even shed a single tear. I was just this thing that wanted to feel but couldn't. Even though I knew this was the way my body was telling me I should be in hysterics. It was natural to be in hysterics. I think it's good what you're doing. I think it's important.
Ren, I understand you believe the emotion made is psychologically damaging. Why?
It dehumanizes us. The things that hurt are just as important as the things that bring us joy. We can't play God and select what we want to feel because then we never actually grow as people. I guess you could argue that the emotion made is a product of the evolution of the human race, but I think we're acting like children and hiding in the closet from the things that scare us.
I've been following all the news stories about you. You're right, not the scientists. They're just whining about it being the most significant invention ever, not to sound stupid to the entire world.
People listen to them since they wear a lab coat.
Look, Ren, I just wanted to tell you in person. It's fine that you haven't been answering my texts. I just wanted you to know.
Know what?
I was the happiest I've ever been when I was with you. I fucked things up, Ren. I know I did. Seeing her brilliant self on TV, I just knew I needed to fix things.
Bryce.
I visited my dad 2 weeks ago. He's doing a lot better. He's on a lower dosage now, and he's doing group therapy. After I visited him, I just went home and smashed my EM. Just took a hammer and I broke it.
Bryce.
I'm not perfect. I can't fix everything instantly. But I just don't know how to go on without you. I sit on the hill every Saturday night, and I think about all the times we went up there together. I want you in my life. I love you.
Don't you dare say that, Bryce. Not after keeping me at arm's length for months.
I mean it, I swear.
So do I.
You kept that? No, it's for you.
No, it's really for you. You're gonna need it to remember why you broke it in the first place.
But I broke it for you.
No, you broke it for yourself. You think that smashing an EM is gonna make you love me better? You think it'll fix us?
Well, I thought...
You're not a different person, Bryce. I'm no different either. So why do you think you can love me better? You said so yourself, that you didn't know how to love someone the way that I do. That the things I wanted didn't even cross your mind.
But what you said on all the interviews...
It's true, yeah. Not having an EM is much more emotionally healthy, and closure does come if you look for it. And I think I found mine.
But a month ago, in my car, you said, the text messages, you seemed...
You seemed like a lot of things too, Bryce. And the parts of you that I wanted to be true just weren't. I can't ask you to be another person, to function differently. It's not fair. And you can't ask that of yourself either.
I thought...
That you could walk back in? Fit into a little Bryce-shaped space I was reserving just for you? When I found you on the hill, that was my last effort at getting you back. Getting you to love me the way I loved you. You didn't want to.
People grow at different paces, Ren. You just go about things slower than you do.
Exactly.
I feel sick.
That's what it feels like without an EM.
Can I glue it back together? I love...
Don't!
I guess I'll head out now. Say hi to Sarah for me.
I will.
I'll see you around.
See ya.
I went, but you stayed.